正在去取我们房车的路上。然后呢，我们买房车的地方在一个叫 Orangeville 的小镇里面，然后距离多伦多大概有1个半小时左右的路程。就是这里好多的 trailer， 其中有一辆就是我们的。好了，已经到了，然后我们要把车先 back in 进来，然后这就是我们的it's brand new， 有一个气罐，这辆就是我们的车，这样的 trailer 非常的小啊，但是 enough for us actually.
So the trailer has 3 systems to it. Okay, you have propane, 12-volt DC, and then you have AC, which is the electrical cord. Okay, everything in the trailer will work on the battery, which is 12-volt DC, and the propane combined. Everything will work in the trailer except for the air conditioner and the plugs in the wall.
Press on the wall.
Because you have to be plugged into shore power in order to plug into the wall.
So only connect to the outside power.
Yes.
Then the AC and the outlet will work.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
This thing maybe for the fridge.
So the fridge runs on propane and it also runs on electricity. Those are your 2 options.
Okay.
I'm going to show you how that works and that it is working. The battery is brand new. It's a 12-volt deep cycle interstate battery that if you have trouble with in a year, we can replace under warranty.
Okay.
If you leave it in the trailer over winter and it freezes, the warranty is void.
So in the winter, I need to bring back to my home.
Bring it to your house. You got
it.
So the propane tank is full. It's a 20-pound tank. You can just take it off and get it exchanged. The propane.
So you mean normally if Emily I go change in where, Home Depot? Or
Any gas station can do an exchange.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a whole thing change.
Yep. So just the whole tank just pulls up and off. It's just held in. It's just in a strap. This is a new exchange tank.
Okay.
And then just like a barbecue, it just has the open and close on the top.
Okay.
So one thing to know about this is when you are, I'm going to give you this. This is for your vehicle.
Okay.
When you are turning on a propane tank, you have to turn it on very, very slowly. Because if you turn it open too fast, there's a safety valve. It thinks that it's leaking because you open it very quickly. So you want to open it very, very slowly.
Slowly. Okay.
The first half of a turn, very slow, and then the rest you can go fast.
Okay.
Okay. So that is propane. That is the battery. Let's walk around and I'll show you some more. One is in a campsite, you have a hose. Hook the hose in, you are done. It works. All of your water will work. You will have pressurized water all throughout the trailer.
Okay.
Okay, now option number 2 is if you are going to, let's say, camp in my driveway here. You're going to just park out here and camp.
Okay.
This is a reservoir for water. Okay, so this is a potable water. It is not drinking. It is just meant for boiling water type. If you need to do, you know, if you want to drink this water, you have to boil it because it is essentially just a holding tank.
Okay.
It says right here, potable water only. Do not.
Nobody's for the.
Not for consumption. You can shower, flush.
Not drinking.
You got
avoid
it.
Drinking. Okay.
So what you would do is right now I have water in this tank. You would put a hose in here, fill it till it spills out the side, and then you have roughly about 20 to 25 gallons of fresh water on board. Okay. So this is your reservoir. Now, in order to use this reservoir, you would have to turn on the water pump, which is what I have on right now inside, and I will show you in a moment.
Okay.
The water pump will draw from this tank. It will pressurize the whole trailer, and then it will provide you with 45 psi of water pressure as you turn the taps on. This is a low point drain. So that's
for here, right?
That's for the fresh tank. You got it. Exactly.
Okay, no
So all of the instructions are listed here that I'm going to go over with you. Okay. This is your tab that tells you where you're set to. It's set to off right now. Okay, so if I want to light this, I'm going to set it to pilot, and I'm going to push this button down. See that button? This is the purge, and this is where you light the pilot. So So can you see a little blue flame in there now? It's hard to see. See it?
I saw it, yeah.
So now, once this is the pilot here. I'm holding this down for about 20 seconds. It's going to make sure there's no air in that pilot tube so that it won't go out inadvertently. So once this warms up enough, I can lift off and you can see it stays lit. Okay? Now, when I'm ready, so if I want to turn the water heater on, that's your water heater. Just a little bit of air. It's getting the air out of the line now.
This for the hot water, if I need to use hot water inside the...
Correct, yeah.
Okay. If I don't need to use hot water, normally I don't need to even...
Correct.
Okay.
So if you get to your campsite, you light this once. So I'm going to close this, just so it gets the right... So you would light this once and you would leave it. It will go on and off as necessary to keep the hot water at 135 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you're at a campsite for a week and you want to have hot water available, light it when you get there and just leave it. It'll go on and off as it needs to. It's fully self-regulating. Just light it and leave it. That's it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
You don't have to worry about propane leaking. If it doesn't stay lit, it shuts the propane down.
Okay.
So all you would do is light it and just leave it. Walk away. There's 6 gallons of hot water that you would have. So I'm going to leave this on. So when we go inside, we'll have a bit. Well, the water should be start getting warm.
Okay.
This cord is roughly 20 to 25 feet. Now, if you come over here, okay.
Okay.
All campgrounds have these plugs, 30 amps. Okay.
So for this car is 30 amp.
Correct.
Right?
It's a 30 amp. Now I provide you with an adapter to go from 30 amps down to a 15 amp plug, which is a standard plug like this. So if you're at home and you're in your driveway and you want to plug into your house, the adapter I give you goes on the end of this and you can plug into your house.
Another adapter for
I do. It's in that box over there. It's called your starter kit. So everything you needed to start is in that box.
Okay.
So this is the ventilation for the refrigerator. You will never have to go in here. This is more so I can fix the fridge without pulling the fridge out if there's a problem. Okay? This is the air conditioning. This is just like a standard window air conditioner, but with a shroud around it.
Okay.
This is the furnace exhaust. This will be hot to touch, so let the kids know don't touch this if the furnace is running. And also don't touch that metal grate.
Same thing. Okay.
Yeah. So you've seen how the water goes in. The water must come out somehow. There are 2 places the water comes out. This is your black tank. And this is your gray tank. It's listed black and gray.
Okay.
Okay, so these valves pull straight out, straight out. So when you are going to empty them, the sewer cap twists off. The sewer hose that I give you in the starter kit would twist on. It would go into the dumping basin down into the ground.
Yeah.
You would pull the black valve first. Yeah, black open, let it drain, close it. Then pull the gray, let it drain, and then close it. And then you're gonna put the sewer hose in the back bumper when you're done. So cap off, sewer hose in, always wear gloves and don't wear sandals. And then so if you wanna just stabilize the trailer, cause look, see this? And then you put this down. See? Big difference, right?
I saw somebody put the wood on the bottom of them.
It is good to always have lots of pieces of wood. They help. These stabilizer jacks came with the trailer. These would go because there's only crank down jacks on the back corner. These would go up, and then they would just provide stability on the front of the trailer.
The location is on this corner.
Just right in here, yeah. So typically you put a piece of wood underneath, and then this would just go right up to the frame right here.
Okay.
Gives you a little more stability in the front. See? This is fan low, fan high, and there's cool. So you can hear when the compressor's running. This is your temperature setting. So this is colder. Number 7 is coldest, and number 1 is not as cold. So you can rotate it back and find your sweet spot for temperature.
Okay.
Everything in the trailer will run on just the battery and propane, except for the microwave, the air conditioner, and these plugs.
So this is no power. I need to change the battery, right?
No. So the battery charges when you're plugged in. So this is a TV antenna.
就是那个 for TV 的。
So you can get a few channels on air, and you'll notice. So because these are very cheap, I don't like cheap. Very flimsy. They're very soft plastic. If you crank out here, it feels like it's always going to break. I always turn it up like this with my hand.
Oh, I see.
you can see your options here. You've got the plug, which is electricity. You've got flame, which is propane, and actually it does run on 12 volt. It has the 12 volt option. So when you are driving down the road, you can put it on battery. Now I want to show you how to light this on propane. So the lighting instructions that I'm going to tell you right now are all listed right here. Okay. So to light the fridge on gas, we're going to set this to gas. And this doesn't really matter what location it's at. But remember how I lit the water heater? I had to hold that button in, the red button, right? For 20 seconds. So this is an igniter. So like a barbecue has an igniter. Okay. Now if you watch this, see how that's going up? This is a flame sensor. So you see how it's getting green? It's because the propane is lit. It's on propane.
So green is okay.
Green is good, but
why that means stop already.
So you can see this is only for propane, nothing to do with anything else, just for propane. Okay. I'm gonna shut the fridge off. Okay, and I'm gonna do this for travel. See how it's kind of open? It lets air go through, so the fridge will not get moldy if there's moisture buildup inside the refrigerator.
Okay.
Because it's cold right now, and then it's going to get warm. Warm and cold makes moisture. Moisture turns to mold, and also there's already baking soda in here to help absorb moisture.
Okay.
This is good when you don't use the trailer to always leave it open just a little bit.
Like this.
Like that.
Close,
you got it. Just like that.
Okay.
And then when you're using it, make sure it's closed all the way so you get a nice seal. Switch.
Okay.
I have the water pump on, so if you turn this on now, that sound is the water pump, that vibration. Okay? So that will only make a sound if it's creating pressure. Full means it's over 13 volts. Anything over 2/3 is 12.5 volts or higher. 1/3 or higher, 1/3 is 12 volts, and then empty is under 12 volts. Okay? Fresh tank is 2/3. We're gonna drain that before we leave. The black tank is showing 1/3. We've only ran a little bit of water, but these sensors are very sensitive to toilet paper. This is the rain check fan. So that just vents air to the outside. This is the light for the stove. And then to light the stove,
so actually this thing is important.
Barbecue lighter. You always have 2 or 3 of these. You can never have too many barbecue lighters, because then your neighbor calls you and says, "Hey, do you have a barbecue lighter?" And you say, "I have one for you. Have a good day." And then your microwave just, I don't think I need to explain a microwave. It's just standard microwave. And then your furnace, okay? So this is the furnace. It is a simple mechanical thermostat. This turns the thermostat to the on position. Okay, so the thermostat is on, and then this. Did you hear how it clicked? It's just a mechanical thermostat in there. So it's just a coil that senses temperature.
So what's this?
This is to turn the thermostat on or off. Off is this direction, on is that direction. This is just to set your temperature. The toilet, you always want to add water. Okay? It says right here, the more water helps push anything down the toilet.
I put water first.
Water first, and then very quick open. Don't leave it open very long, because you might get odors coming from the tank.
Okay.
So as quickly as you can, okay? And that's the toilet. And then you've got a vent above just for ventilation.
Okay.
And then your shower, I don't think, it's just like a regular tub shower. And then the diverter is pulled up in order to give you a shower. So to put the sawing out, this is a crank here.
手动挡的这个锁。
Sometimes they get a little sticky on the arms. Okay. It's just because it's pulled up tight, and then this comes all the way out. But it's supposed to be outside. All the way down. Okay. And then we'll take this off. Okay, now if you want to follow on that arm, Victor, I'll show you the next step. So this arm is called your tensioning arm. It just slides up to the top. Right up to the top, yeah. Now you'll notice, Victor, there's 2 arms. There's an outer arm. Look from the top over here, Victor. So top arm, there's an outer arm and an inner arm. Your hand goes on the inner arm and you push down a little bit, not too much, and then you tighten that tensioner knob. Okay, so what you've done is you've created a nice tight edge instead of it being loose. Okay, now on each side there is a handle that will allow you to walk the awning up. So grab that and you can slide it up. You got it. Keep going, keep going, keep going, and then let go. Hold on a second.
No. 再往上一点。
So you see, you can kind of see there's a point. You just want to make sure it's lined up. And actually, this is how it goes a little higher. So what I would do with this is I would have this side a little bit higher. So that the water goes off the one side. And it still allows you to open and close the door without hitting it.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so if it does get really windy, if you see a big storm coming, get this put away. This is about $2,000 to replace if the wind takes it. If it rips it all off, and it can happen very quickly. When a storm comes in, if you know there's bad weather coming, put this away, just to be safe.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So to put it away, we're going to grab this arm, slide it down to the bottom. Perfect. Okay, now, this would right at the very end.
This one?
Yep, that allows you to, so slide that over and push that right down to the bottom. Okay, now to put it back up, we're going to crank it up with this crank. So what you always want is this to be on the top of it. You don't want to go the other way. Because I'll show you what I mean. If I go the other way, it's going to roll it up backwards. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay? So always this way.
Yeah.
This onto here. Okay? So I'm going to put the weight on. Okay? So we're going to go right down. And then we're going to latch. This is called the latch. This is now permanently connected to your van. Okay? So I can't take this off without going like this. That's unlatched. That's latched.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Once we are latched, we're going to raise it up now. We're actually going to go up. I'm going to lift the back of the van up ever so slightly by taking some weight off. The reason I'm doing that is when you have a trailer on, it creates tongue weight, positive tongue weight pushing down. When I lift up, it's creating negative tongue weight. The negative tongue weight.
So I hold this first, then it
Oh
goes
yeah,
up again.
we latch first,
Okay.
up for
Roll
negative
it
tongue weight.
and then going up.
That's
down.
right.
Okay.
The reason is you'll notice these bars are starting to get easier to put on. Before they were down below. As we go up, it makes it easier on and off. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go up. You want to pull that bar out on that side. Good. That's good. That's good. So I'm gonna go up. Nothing too crazy, but just up enough that we can adjust this bar now. Norm, we're gonna go up one on the hole. I want to go to number 5 exposed. This adjustment you will never have to touch again. This is my initial setup. That's all. In a way, it's cut in a way to help put this on very easily. Okay. Remember we went up on the back of the vehicle, so it's going to make it easier to put on. If you ever find yourself in a position where it's difficult to get on or get off, raise it higher. Go higher. Okay. So this is going to go on like this. So we're up on the top, and I'm just going to kick that in place. Okay, because of the distance of how short it is, and this has to do with the frame rail, it being such a small trailer, because of this distance, you're going to have to use your foot to kind of get up on under there.
Okay.
Now to take this off, you see there's a groove right here that allows you to get that up and over. Okay. And then you can just pull this off with your hand. Make sense? Yeah. This down, and then you lift the latch off and go up. Okay. So the whole process is it's going to go up, nice and high, bars off. Okay. Down again until you can take the latch off. When the latch is off, go back up off and drive the vehicle away. Okay. You got that?
Yeah.
I see the camera, so.
It's important. I've not done all the details.
No, I get you. Trust me.